on the previous episode.
I'm at 45k and under. I know I just bought one for 40, like 45.8. I just wanted to show me buying one, but the target price under 45,000 coins. It is the cheapest trading by a slight margin. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, episode 92 of the No Money Spent. This is going to be a long episode. We've got a shit ton to get through. Team of the Weeks, Rising Stars, Thanksgiving promo's been announced. A lot of stuff to get into. Let's not waste any time. Let's take a look at the Rising Stars content we got today. Jordan Fuller being one of the two revealed this morning that we had not seen. 91 speed, 6'2", hits the 90 plus zone threshold, so a solid safety. By the way, all these Rising Stars are only going to be one team because they're pretty much first or second year players. So Jordan Fuller, Rams theme team only. The second card is going to be Joe Burrow, field general quarterback, and unfortunately 84 awareness just doesn't hit that 90 threshold, so he does not get hot route master. So he's pretty much just another set feet lead, pass lead elite quarterback with basically the low 80 plus speed. So pretty much, in my opinion, a little worse version of Daniel Jones, just a little, unless you love pass lead elite. Kadarius Toney, wide receiver, rookie for the Giants, having a great year when healthy in the actual NFL. 92 speed, and we talked about it. Slot archetype or route running archetype, they're basically the same thing. You get slot apprentice and route technician for really cheap AP. It makes him tied for the fastest route runner archetype wide receiver with Reggie Wayne at 92 speed. So a very, very viable card. Giants team is also not too bad in the wide receiver department. They got Plaxico, Kadarius, and Brandon Marshall. Greedy Williams, the second of the revealed this morning, and this card is amazing. And 92 speed, so he's up there with the fastest corners in the game, and he's 6'2" on height. He's pretty much a taller version of Rondé Barber, and he hits the 90 zone coverage threshold without needing to power him up or have any boost. Just a really, really solid card. And then Odafe Oweh, sorry about the pronunciation, but 91 speed. He also doesn't have the worst zone coverage. He's 81 zone coverage, which makes him kind of that Lawrence Taylor, Ted Hendricks, where they can kind of do it all at outside linebacker. He doesn't have that 90 zone threshold, but 81 it's decent enough. You want to throw him in a hard flat when he's not blitzing. But overall, a solid card. Talking about the Rising Stars training reroll, it is 7,300 training now, which basically at 15 coins for training, it's going to be 110,000 coins liquid to pull this pack, which makes it, I mean, it's an okay. There's not like a ton of profit to be made. The best card you can pull is definitely Greedy Williams. He's about 190 to 200,000 coins, and the worst cards being like Claypool, Rosé, Bolton at about that 85 to 90,000 coin price. So at worst, you'd be losing like 25 to 30,000. At best, you'd be making around 70 to 80,000. So it's not a terrible reroll to do, but we're probably never going to see a Wildcard Wednesday could basically reroll like the old school heavyweights, where it was almost like you would lose 10,000 coins at max and you'd be making like 50 to 60,000. That was insane, a throwback to the old heavyweights. But talking about which NCAT should you choose, because if you've been doing the Wildcard Wednesday solos every single week, the time has come to be able to choose your NCAT from the past 4 weeks. Veterans and flashbacks this week were really underwhelming, so I'm pretty much not going to talk about them. It's going to come down to the Rising Stars and the heavyweights. For the Rising Stars, I think there's really only two options, since you don't want to choose a quarterback or wide receiver and kind of get locked in to a Nat at one of those key positions. You're going to either have Oweh at an outside linebacker if you need a pass rusher, Ravens theme team, or probably my favorite option from the Rising Stars pack, it's going to be Greedy Williams. I play 4 cornerbacks on the field, so he's pretty much, at worst, he's going to be my 4th cornerback for probably 3 to 4 weeks. On your guys' team, he could be your number 1 corner, number 2 corner for quite a long time. A really solid meta card that could keep up with pretty much any wide receiver. He's probably a top 5 corner in the game, and getting him for free is just a shout out EA for giving us these free NCATs. The solos are super easy. They take like 10 minutes to do 5 of them each week. For the heavyweights, I think there's only 2 options here. Well, you could say 3, but my 2 are going to be the Muti, the right guard. He's currently the highest overall right guard in the game, or Rob Havenstein, which is the second highest right tackle in the game behind Leo Collins. And this is personally where I'm going to be going with. I'm going to be choosing Rob Havenstein, and I'll tell you why I like going with offensive lineman as an NCAT option, because pretty much for an offensive lineman, the Muti or the Havenstein, if either one which I would choose, I'm going to choose Havenstein, will pretty much be my right guard or right tackle for probably a month and a half. There's no point in really upgrading your right tackle from 91 to like 93 or 94. I'll probably upgrade my right tackle when it comes out to like a 95, 96 overall. There's just no point. It's not that big of an upgrade. So it's pretty much choosing an NCAT in any kind of in a set, in a solo, you want to choose a player that will be in your starting lineup for the longest period of time. And for me, it's always going to be offensive linemen. So I'm going to choose Rob Havenstein. I already had him in my lineup, so then I could sell the one that I bought for about 190,000 coins. Save some coins while I'm at it. But now let's hop into the Team of the Week 89s. We were buying at 45K yesterday, and we're going to go through the options of what you can do with these cards. Option A, of course, simply just selling on the market. You can sell them for 53,000 coins. If you actually just go to the 88 to 89 filter, no Team of the Week, you see the cheapest 89s on the market are going to be the Team of the Week cards at about that 53,000 mark. And why is this important? Well, if someone wants to buy an 89 for training and they're too lazy to go filter by filter, and they just go 88 to 89, they need 3,200 training, for example, or 3,000 training, they're just going to buy the cheapest 89 on the market when going to 88, 89, and that's going to be the Team of the Weeks at 53,000 coins. So you could sell those, take that 3 to 4K profit per card. I know the margins are getting slimmer and slimmer per week. It's getting a little bit hard. It's why I didn't invest that much into them this week, just because I knew we were going to get Thanksgiving promo this week. So I kind of wanted to have as many coins as I can going into that. Didn't want to have too many basically coins into assets just sitting in my binder. Option 2 kind of passed over it. You pretty much would just quick sell at that 14.2 coins for training because we bought at 45,000. So it's a little bit under training value. You can hold that training pretty much for maybe Thanksgiving on Friday. You can reroll the Rising Stars. Maybe you need training to power up your NCAT that you got from these solos. So bunch of options there. Option 3, and this is going to be the best option to get the most coins back. Taking a look at the set, I'm just going to do Willis McGahee, for example. The 86s, you saw I picked one up for 28,000 coins. That's about the average I picked one up for. And then Lamar Jackson is going for about, I actually picked him up when I originally bought the first 4 for 4,000, but he's risen to about 5.5 to 6K. So I'm just going to say 5.5 thousand coins for Lamar Jackson. So I'll add up all the map after you see what Willis McGahee is going for. The power up currently, I'm going to list mine for 45,000 coins. I'm going to say that's the average. You saw one sell for 46, 49, 50. I'm going to list mine up. There you go. They're the recent sales. 45,000 coins seems to be the average for Willis McGahee. And then the 93 overall card is going for about 295,000 coins. I am going to list mine up for 293,000, and it will eventually sell. You'll see it later on this video, so that ends up equaling out. I'll eventually put all the numbers on the screen, but I'm pretty sure it equals out to 338,000 coins back with the power up and the 93 overall card. You take away the 33K, the 10% tax, you're going to be getting back 305,000 coins. Well, at least I am probably on average more around that 300K mark, but 305,000 coins on average. 300,000. I'll say 305,000 coins on average getting back. It cost me, as you see, I put all the numbers on the screen, the 45Ks for the 89, the 28s for the 86, and 5.5 for the 82. 275K cost for the set, and you're going to get a return of 305,000 coins. So it's going to be about a 30K profit. How does that basically compare to the just selling them on the market? Well, the 89s, if you sold for 53K, you'd be making 3 to 4K. We'll say 3K per card, right? So that's 3K times 3 for the 89s. You'd be making 9K. If you sold 3 of the 89 James Connors in return, you would get 30K for doing the set. Yeah, you'd have to spend a little bit more, but it's pretty much 30K for selling or using 3 of your 89s, or 9K for just selling them off straight in the market. So it's an extra 20K per 20K per 389s. I know it's a little complicated, but I promise you it's better to do the set if you can sell off basically the Willis McGahee and the power up for around 300,000 coins. It's just you get the most coins in return for your 89s. Yeah, you could always sell back and get that 3 to 4K profit, but the best option this week, and it's been this for a couple weeks now, it's just been doing the sets. It's pretty easy. You just need the coins, basically do the first set, and then you have the coins basically just keep spamming and doing the set over and over again, selling off the heroes and the power-ups. Now we're going to get on to the second half of this video, and it's going to come down, or it's going to be about the Thanksgiving Pro, and I'm going to show you the Nick Bosa, the limited time card that got announced as well. We see a Robbie Anderson, kind of a blurred out image, but a lot of people seem to think it's Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson should be a very, very good card to kind of see the faint 11 with a white jersey, kind of a light blue around kind of the shoulders parts. But Robbie Anderson seems to be the consensus from the Madden community is getting the second card. Gonna be a really, really good card. Hopefully he has 93 or 94 speed. But the bigger thing in this tweet, you see harvest player reveals and program breakdown tomorrow morning, Thursday, which means the Thanksgiving Part 1 promo is confirmed for Friday. So now I'm going to be going through my Thanksgiving card predictions. We've already been talking about these cards to invest in, but I'm going to be going through these 6 teams that play on Thanksgiving Day, because that's what I think the first part of the promo is going to be. We're going to be getting 6 of the cards that are upgradable depending on their stats they had during the Thanksgiving game, and then 2 limiteds, I'm going to say. Last year we got Harrison Smith and Drew Brees, 2 teams, Vikings and Saints, that played on Thanksgiving Day. So I'm going to be going through that. But for the Bears team, I think it's going to be either Allen Robinson or Khalil Mack. I'm going to go with Khalil Mack for the upgradable card. He could easily be the limited. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But Khalil Mack is going to be my choice for the Chicago Bears in the early morning window. The team they face is the Detroit Lions, and the card I'm going with is actually going to have an upgrade this year already, and we see the Nick Bosa had gotten a superstar card. A lot of cards are getting their second, basically, promo card in the cycle, so we can't really go off of just straight a core elite anymore. So I'm going to be going with TJ Hawkinson, a tight end. I actually bought one of his 84 overall superstar cards. One of basically the only bright spots in the Lions organization. I'd say the other option for the Lions actually could be a DeAndre Swift, but he has a team builder card, so we can't really invest in him. For the Raiders, this was a really hard one because pretty much every single core elite got an upgrade. Their defense, there's not a lot of cards like their locals, and for me, this kind of just, I don't know, Hunter Renfrow getting a 92 or 93, basically, whatever overall. They're probably going to be 93 overall Thanksgiving cards, but Hunter Renfrow is my pick for the Raiders. And then the Cowboys, I think this is probably the most obvious one. Dak Prescott, he's been due for a card, an MVP-esque year in real life, and the fact that he hasn't even gotten a +1 in the Team of the Week promo just pretty much screams that he is basically planned to get a card either in Thanksgiving, Blitz, or Christmas. But I'm going to go Thanksgiving. He's due for a card for the later window, Bills vs. Saints. For the Bills, this was the hardest team that I had to choose because every core elite has an upgrade. So I had to basically have one running back in this part, so I'm going to go with Devin Singletary. Zach Moss just got injured, so Devin Singletary that's the one that's kind of just throwing out there. Devin Singletary is going to be my Bills choice. And then for the Saints, I think this one is another really obvious one. It's down to 2 players, Demario Davis and Cameron Jordan. And then for the limited time cards, it's going to be either let's say Demario Davis gets the set card or the upgradable Thanksgiving card, and then Cameron Jordan is going to get the limited. And then for the other limited time card, I'm going to go with the Bears. It's going to like a flip-flop option as well. Either Allen Robinson gets the limited and Khalil Mack gets the set, or Allen Robinson is the set and Khalil Mack is the limited time card. Hopefully we get some limiteds, we get some rerolls. We saw how good that was for the market during the Halloween promo, the entire duration, the 3 weeks. Hopefully we get some rerolls in the Thanksgiving promo. I'll have a separate video to going through the content, doing a market breakdown, some investments, because we are going to start investing in Blitz this weekend a little bit, but we'll talk about that in the video tomorrow. In terms of some Thanksgiving investments, I did make some last minute investments today and yesterday. Demario Davis 10K, TJ Hawkinson 10K, Dak Prescott 9K, and then I believe I picked up a Cameron Jordan for 15,000 coins. I'm going to try to pick up maybe 1 or 2 more of these cards throughout the night. Hopefully we get as many right as we can with the Thanksgiving cards. But to wrap things up, I know it's a long video. We're going to go over some investments that we've been basically the last yesterday. Big Ben, but Zach Wilson was an investment I told you guys to pick up for 50,000 coins or less yesterday, and I was able to sell mine off for 66,000 coins today. And then just say supply and demand. He's coming out of the reroll, and the demand for him being the cheapest gunslinger quarterback is going to be there. It was a pretty obvious investment. For the limited time cards, Harrison Smith has settled at about that 500,000 range. Teron Armstead still at that 575, 80. I think you're good to sell off either one at their current price. If you picked up Harrison Smith for 350, you're making 100K. If you picked up Teron Armstead for 450, you're making 100K. So solid limited time investments. And then Ben Roethlisberger, what is the target price we are gonna try to get him at? I think it's going to be that D4 kind of market path that he's going on. I think Ben Roethlisberger for under 500K tonight, and an hour or 2 from the video you guys watching or whatever time it is, 500K is going to be my target price on Xbox. PS4, PS5 should be the same thing, 500K. But I want to say something about Ben Roethlisberger, because if you buy Ben Roethlisberger for 500 coins, you need to understand that we are getting Thanksgiving content revealed tomorrow, content Friday. Ben Roethlisberger is probably we're not gonna be selling him. It's gonna be the same thing. Buy for 500, hopefully sell for 650 and above, but it's probably not gonna be till Saturday night or Sunday night, personally. So don't expect Ben Roethlisberger to buy tonight for 500 and then maybe sell tomorrow for 650. It's gonna take a little bit longer for him to go up in price, just because we are getting the Thanksgiving content, and the market as a whole is gonna kind of dip when it releases, when it's revealed. So probably going to be a few extra days to sell off the Ben Roethlisberger, probably Saturday night or Sunday night to sell him off. But 500K, that is the target price for Ben Roethlisberger, and that is going to be all for this long no money spent video. I had to get a lot to get through. Hopefully the team or the Thanksgiving promo is pretty cool tomorrow. Hopefully get rerolls, sets, solos. Who knows what we're going to get in terms of masters, some predictions. Just Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Lions, Cowboys. They are Thanksgiving teams that play every year. But that is going to be all for this episode 92 of the No Money Spent. Comment if you have any questions, like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new. Link to the Discord is in the description, and until tomorrow, peace.